open. Beautiful.
Hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Explarity. My name's Jim, and actually, if it's your first time here and you're looking for some adventure motorcycling content, you may have come to the right place. On this channel, I like to do some gear reviews and also some ride reviews. In this case, myself and a buddy are riding Argentine Pass in Colorado. You can get to the trailhead for Argentine Pass from the Guanella Pass Road on the Georgetown side. The beginning of the trail has a bit of a gatekeeper, a rock garden that's got some loose rock, some embedded rock, and then some deeper ruts. But once you've cleared that short section, the trail gets quite a bit easier pretty quickly. The body of the rest of the trail up until the point where you reach a large parking area at an abandoned mine is mostly embedded rock, some dirt, and you might find a few pools of gravel and a couple of really small water crossings. It's later than in the year here. It's August of 2023, so there isn't a lot of water on the road. There's not a lot of deep water crossings either. I'm riding my 2022 Aprilia Tuareg 660, and Colin is on his KTM 500 EXCF. So the bikes aren't quite matched, and that's one of the things that I think I've learned. If you can attend group rides with similar bikes, everybody has a little bit of a better time. With that said, sometimes you got to ride what you brung. We chose to do the ride on a Saturday in early August, and as you would expect, the trail was a little bit busier. We saw several 4x4s, a couple of four-wheelers, someone else on a dirt bike, not a lot of side-by-sides. Everybody was, for the most part, a pretty courteous trail user. We had a few 4x4s pull over to let us by, and you'll find that the lower sections of the trail are wide enough to allow for really easy passes. That does change after you get past the abandoned mine section. Then the trail itself is really just 2-track wide. It's not incredibly wide, and you're definitely up in the alpine tundra, so preferably you can stay the trail. And in Colorado, uphill travel does have the right-of-way when practical. So I found that most of the trail users were pretty conscientious about identifying when and who can pull over the easiest, and we pulled over several times when we came across a nice easy pullout to let downhill traffic by, and we were also treated courteously as we made our ascent as well. Here you can see there's a couple of spots where water does run down the trail. I can only imagine in early spring, before the full pass is open, how that might look. I bet that's a little bit more than just a trickle heading down. At this point, we're closing in on the abandoned mine section. So if you're on a larger ADV bike, I would venture a guess that this may be a point where you would choose to stop. We continued on, and as you'll see here, we did launch the Skydio 2 drone, so let's sit back and watch as it does a pretty good job following us. So we're above tree line. At this point, we're getting into more alpine tundra. The trail's narrowing a bit, and we're seeing a lot more loose rock as opposed to embedded rock. So we're coming up to a trail where the Forest Service has made an adjustment to the line. And notice we're going to jog out to the right, and we've got a tighter corner that has a lot of embedded rock and loose rock. So the challenge for us was really seeing it for the first time, identifying a line, and trying to keep some momentum up. So here I'm doing my best to get a line pick through and keep my momentum up. It was loose enough that I eventually spun the back tire, as you'll see here in just a second. Lost my momentum. Bike goes down. Thankfully, the trail had a pretty steep side hill, so I was able to get the bike up really easily and then just kind of paddle my way past this vehicle. It's pretty pitchy as you get up to the top of Argentine Pass as well. I think it's pretty well established that GoPros don't do the best at grabbing the, I would say, the grade of the trail. Here we're coming up along another trail user. They were able to get off to the side a little bit. I squeezed by him and then continued on a little further. That inside line was at such an angle you were constantly sort of crabbing into the hill, so I just picked the outside line and chose to ride through the rocks a bit. Here we're going to be coming up to a quick stop. We could see off in the distance a couple of vehicles coming down, so we decided to pull over here, take a little bit of a break, chit-chat for a couple of seconds, take in some water and a bar, and let these two vehicles down. Colin, we were together last year when we started our ascent of Rollins Pass, and Colin had a little bit of a mishap, so he is kind of still recovering, mostly recovered.
It's in another video, right? Watch the video.
It is. There is a link to a video. Oddly enough,
not a lot of traffic.
Not a lot of traffic.
Leg
People
video.
don't like that. Yeah, I should remix that and come up with something different. I get it. I don't like those videos either. So up there is the top of the pass. So we've got a little bit more to go. We'll switch back. I think we'll be up. And we're kind of in a, see back behind me, just a bowl. I'll tell you what, with the sun hitting that large mass of rock there, it just looks phenomenal out here. This is, thumbs up. This has been great. How are you feeling with your leg and the bike and everything today?
Good. About 13 months since the injury, and got back on the pedal bike. Did a couple of events. That was good, but so far so good. Just trying not to go down. That's the biggest problem.
Doing a great job. You're doing a great job today.
So
Colin's
far.
killing it, which is great. So instead of testing the weather, I think we're gonna go up and check out the top, and then down's gonna be a real bleep show, I am sure, for me. But we're this far, so we are going to go up to the top. See you guys up there. Back on the trail, again, a lot of loose, large rock. And we're coming up to, I believe it's the last turn before we top out. And here is a classic incorrect line choice. So I should have taken the outside rougher line. I chose to go on the inside, and then you can see I hit the side of the trail, lost all my momentum. Now I'm stuck in some loose stuff. I'm trying to get going without spinning. The bike ends up just leaning over to the left, but as it does so, it pins my boot. And I'm fine, it's not doing anything to crush me, it's just pinning the backside plastic.
I don't know what's got me here. Hold on a second, my music just happened to start, I can't hear anything. All I hear is Dave Mustaine.
Colin came up, he was able to lift up the bike just enough to get my boot free. There we go, and then it's a simple matter, especially with two people lifting up a bike. It was a real treat having a second party to ride along with. I do the vast majority of my riding alone. So here we kind of paddle up, and we're almost at the switchback. I take a look to the left when I get here, and I see almost like a wall. It's a lot of embedded rock, a lot of loose stuff, and it's going to be a bit of a challenge. Get lined up get ready to go. And you're kind of pinballing off some stuff. Finally, I just hit a rock. Momentum's gone, and over I go. The challenge here is just the pitchiness of that specific area of the trail, getting up and going. Colin was in position, so he hopped on and just rode the bike up to an area that was just a little bit flatter, and then from there he walked back, grabbed his dirt bike, and made pretty quick work of that section of the trail. I'm going to let one more vehicle by, and then I'm going to start my ascent. And you'll find that just about all of the trail past that abandoned mine is pitchy, loose rock. Going up isn't terrible. Coming down, that was going to present the biggest problem for me, and where I had the vast majority of my drops were on the way down. So here, going up, just a lot of loose stuff. If you stuck around this long, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. If you have any questions on Argentine Pass, please put them in the comments below. If I had to do it all over again, I would definitely recommend doing this on more of a dirt bike machine. A mid-size ADV bike is certainly doable. I don't know if I would have tackled it alone or not, but with two people, yep, you can certainly get it done. I don't think I would want to take a full-size ADV bike up here. I'm sure people have, though, but thank you very much for watching. I'll leave you with a real quick report from the top.
We're up on the top of Argentine Pass. It's such windy. Ascent was great. Well, ascent was really good. We're in the midst. Colin scouted this trail out down here, so we'll put up a trail map at some point. See what that is. Obviously, for a different day. By the time I get out of here, it's going to be tomorrow. So, I'm half kidding.